VAR to star in the Premier League. Wayne Rooney bids farewell to England. Aaron Ramsey could make a beeline for Germany. Eric Bailly might find himself settling down in North London. And of course, we have today's Friday Feels. That and more coming up in the next few minutes, as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First off, the Premier League announced yesterday that from next season, VAR will be introduced. That means we'll have a couple of assistant referees in full gear in a van somewhere outside the stadium making decisions for the officials. The other day, you might have seen it in the French league that Edison Cavani had 2 goals ruled out for offside before VAR decided they were actually legitimate goals and they were given. Now, to me, this completely undermines the whole point of having a linesman. Not only does it do that, it also really embarrasses the linesman as he's given 2 decisions and it's been proved that he can't do his job properly, so a video team has had to step in. It may be good, it may be bad. I'll be one of those fans who will hate it when it goes against my team, but absolutely love it when it goes for us. As for how it'll actually work, well, in my wildest dreams, I picture it going something like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Basically, everyone in the crowd will have a little button under their seat, and they can ask the audience to decide whether it was a goal or not. But before that all happens, we say goodbye to an England legend and Wayne Rooney. Last night against USA, he came on to make his 120th and final appearance for the Three Lions as they beat USA 3-0. Rooney is not only the highest outfield holder of caps, behind Peter Shilton, who of course is a goalie, but he's also England's all-time record goal scorer with 53 goals. When he made his debut back in 2003, he was also the youngest player to do so. However, that record was then taken by Theo Walcott a few years later. As to whether or not you like him, well, you can't disagree that he pretty much was the best player of that generation. I use that generation because I think he was slightly after the Scholes era, but also within the Lampard and Gerrard era. He may not have produced the goods on the pitch all the time, and the end of his career took a bit of a sour turn, especially at Man United and Everton. But in all fairness, he is definitely one of the most technically gifted players we've ever seen, and he'll definitely be missed, not only in the Premier League, but on the international stage as well. So, good luck to you, Wayne, and whatever happens next. But away from the international break, which we so obviously adore, right? And to club football, where Aaron Ramsey could be on his way out of Arsenal after not extending his contract. The Welsh midfielder's deal is due to run out next summer, and he could sign a pre-contract agreement with Bayern Munich in January. Apparently, the head officials are there to watch his game for Wales against Denmark tonight and could see him sign a pre-contract agreement, which could see him almost double his wages that he's currently on at Arsenal. Of course, this would be a blow to the Gunners after his 10 years at the club, but I'm not even so sure he will leave because I don't think he'll be able to cope at Bayern Munich. As for whether he'll be good enough for the rest of the league, yes, I think so, because aside from them and Dortmund, no one is really that dominant over a longer period of time. But whether or not he'll even start, I'm not entirely sure. I think he can be a great player on his day, but he's definitely not up to the standard of some of the Bayern Munich players. Who knows, maybe playing around better players, no offence to Arsenal there, he might improve his game. But what do you guys think? I'm going to leave a poll right about here so you can have your say on whether or not you think Ramsey is good enough for the Bayern Munich starting 11. And some more transfer news, but this time staying in England, and Manchester United defender Eric Bailly could find himself in North London sooner rather than later. That's because in January, both Spurs and Arsenal are preparing bids for the Manchester United defender to try and bolster their own defensive options. Now, with Eric Bailly, it's kind of an odd one. Based on his performances at Manchester United, I wouldn't say he should be #1 target for Spurs or Arsenal, considering how good a defenders they've got. But I also feel like he's the kind of player who could be better within a good partnership. And Manchester United playing alongside Smalling, Jones and Lindelof isn't helping him. Now, each of these defenders have their own good characteristics by themselves, but aren't forming a partnership with the other one. There is nothing like the Ferdinand-Vidic partnership we've seen of old, and so maybe they'll have to move on to find better players to play with. As for Bailly, well, he'll fit in really well alongside Vertonghen or Alderweireld at Tottenham and alongside Mustafi or even new signing Papastathopoulos at Arsenal. So with all that news said and done, we come on, of course, on a Friday to my Friday Feels. This is where I give you a nice little prediction for the weekend and you can have your say in the comment section below. This weekend, my feeling is that England will beat Croatia on Sunday and finish top of their UEFA Nations League group. This will put them into the finals next June and put them in a good position to win the tournament altogether, as big rivals, the likes of Germany and Spain, will already be out of the competition. Of course, you can let me know what you guys think down below about your Friday Feels and all of the other news on today's Daily News. Whilst you're at it, you can also click here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball, and don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe, because we're so close to 200,000 subs. Until next time, have a great weekend. I'll see you guys later. Perfect.